David Gruenbaum in Union County, Darby Township. Most of our property is in the Darby watershed. Our vision is to keep this a family farm in agriculture. We have 6 generations that have been here on this farm. We're trying to keep a legacy of conservation and have the ability for the next generation to utilize it. Soil health has been something that I was taught from an early age. At the end of the day, you've got to take care of the soil so it treats you well in how it produces crops for the future. Some of the challenges came after I started with the multi-species cover crops, in how some of the nature changed and we had some disasters. And if it weren't for some of the programs that I had enrolled into, the CSP, and I had crop insurance, and I had enrolled in selling carbon, those were instrumental in helping me over the hump of taking a few years of the lower yields. In the meantime, you still, as we were looking at the soil and seeing the changes that were happening, is what kept me pressing forward. I got a big kick out of going out in the evenings and watching how many earthworms would run away as you shined a flashlight out on the field. As we've moved to the multi-species cover crops, from years of doing just cover crops, a little bit of no-till, it was 2 to 3 years on the home farm, where I would say from the years of having cattle, maybe that soil was a little bit more adaptive to what we're doing. I usually try and talk to different farmers and tell them that it could be a 5 or 6 year change on some of the soil. It doesn't always accept what we're doing. Some of the changes that we've seen on the soil have been how mellow, I guess you would say, as when we're going out and planting. If you go out with the shovel and you dig, the holes that you see now from all the worms and the castings is just astronomical. But that's what we see a lot of times with when we get the heavy inch rain quick. You don't see the runoff right away. There's still runoff when there's rain after rain. There's, get me wrong, it doesn't all soak in, but it's changed. The water holes aren't out there like they used to be sitting. As I've been speaking with some of the neighbors and some of the guys that are interested in starting some cover crops, again, it's small steps. Try and talk to guys a little bit at a time, what they can start with. My feeling is that it's going to take some incentives, some changes. The larger farmers that are used to the tillage, the level ground, the newer equipment now that we can go out and have high-speed corn planting or high-speed planting in general, it's going to be an uphill battle to convince them to take longer and basically 2 plantings in a season. I plan on chatting with them, but I feel that that's going to be our challenge to bring people to using cover crops. We went out and took 1 acre grid soil samples of 125 acres. And it came back at a 2.5 organic matter, which around our area, that's pretty average. The fall of 2023, we resampled it on 2.5 acre grids, and it came back at a 3.4. And that was real energizing.